hw101, we're going to make up some homework assignments. And we'll put that here under homework 2C. And we'll do this kind of like, kind of like homework 2B. So put the following files in your tilde/hw directories when you have them correct. So we'll have homework 2C underscore sorting .r, homework 2C underscore search .r, homework 2C underscore coins.r. So these are the three programs that we just looked at, and I'll give you a bonus one, homework 2C underscore binary search.r. And we'll say each of these is 3 points. And this one will be +3 bonus points if you have it exactly correct. So now we want to just go through and say what's supposed to happen in each of these. All right, let's start with the coins program. This is what the coins program does right now. We flip 10 coins 1,000 times and it adds up the counts. Okay. So let's say we want to do this. All right, so everything was based on 10, right? We're doing 10 flips, so 1 up to 10. 10 flips meant that this was 11, so really 10 plus 1. 1,000 was just 1,000, and then this is really 10 plus 1. Okay, so what I want you to do is instead of 10, make it so that this is a variable that we can set. So create a variable num flips and set it to 10 at the top of the file. Everywhere there is 10, put num flips instead. Okay, so then you'd be able to run this, and instead of 10, it would be however many we're doing. Okay, so that would make this more general. And let's say that we want to put all of the code before printing. So all of the code up to here, that's printing. So we're going to put all of that code into a function called what do we want to call it? We want to call it flip total counts or something, and we can run the function like this. Totals flip total counts, and I want to give it 2 parameters, 10 and 1,000. So there's going to be 2 parameters to this function. One is how many coins you flip at a time, and then the other one is how many times do you do it. So to make that go smoothly, we can create another variable. Variable num simulations and set it to 1,000 at the top of the file. Everywhere there is 1,000, put num simulations instead. So there's the num simulations right there, and then I want to put that, you'll have to use a paste to make that print the right thing. Okay. So up to here, this is just changing the code. It should all be the same. Check that the code still works. Right? Okay, then we're going to do this, and we'll put it like this, flip total counts function. So information about that. Make the num flips and num simulations the parameters for the flip total counts function. Okay, so then we want to, after the function is defined, run and print the following. Flip total counts 10, 1000. Okay, so you should get something like this. Flip total counts 5 and say 32. Flip total counts 12 and 4000. Okay, so that's it for this one. That's the coins. All right, let's look at the search program. This was linear search. We create a list of numbers and we look for 500 inside of there. All right, so what I want you to do is on line 48, let's say after the function is defined, after the linear search function is defined, create a variable count set to 0. Then I want you to make this a while loop. So do a while loop that runs the 2 lines sample.int and linear search until the value 500 is returned. So it's counting how many times do we have to run this until we get 500 is randomly inside of. Right, so however many times that took. So count how many times in your while loop, increase count by 1. After a while loop, print the count. So that's how many times you had to run the linear search until 500 appeared. And let's say that's it for this one. That'll be an easy one. Okay. Sorting. So let's take a look at the sorting program, the bubble sort. At the moment, it's printing a lot of stuff. Let's make it so that it doesn't print so much stuff. We're still printing, right, we want to set the numbers, but we don't want to print. All right, so there's no printing now. All right, so what I want, let me pause for a second. Okay, so instead of modifying the code, you're going to answer some questions. I'm going to put the, let's see, I'll put the questions down. I'll put them at the top. Questions for homework 2C, what is this called? Sorting. Okay, so you're going to create this file and then you're going to answer these questions. And you'll have to play with the file to be able to answer them. So what if the nums, what if this was what it was? So what happens in the bubble sort function in this case? How many times does it run through the list? And why? Okay, so that's a couple of sentences on that. So what I mean by running through the list is this. We're doing from here, from this line to this line, is running through the list once. If you start off with your list being this, then what happens? All right. What if nums is, instead of 1 to 100, 100 down to 1? Same question as 1 for this case. Okay. Let's say all right, here's another question. What if the swap if was our wrong first attempt? So instead of having it like this, what if I just had so you can change the code and make it like this. So what is the final thing that is, so what is returned by bubble sort then? And why? So to figure this out, probably you want to run it with sample.int 110 again, so there's only 10 items. And you might print numbers. After each time through the list. Okay, so that would mean, let's see, this is going through the list once. So you would print the list, print the numbers there, and see how it changes and why does that happen, and then what's the final result. Okay, so we'll say 1 point for each of these questions. See the questions at the top of bubblesort.r. So put these all in your directories. You'll create them by, let's see, do this to get started. To get the files, you'll do cd tilde cd homework, copy tilde jkinney public html c gh 101 f2018 r bubblesort.r, and you'll make that your homework2c sorting.r, And then we're going to do this for the other files as well. So we have linear search. That's going to be called search, and then we had coin flips. And we're calling that coins. Okay, so for binary search, what I want you to do is create, so copy your hw2c search. Let's start with copy linear search.r as the starting point. So start with that file. Now instead of linear search, this is linear search right here. Make a function binary search that takes it's the same parameters, but does binary search. Okay, so that's a new function. Add a line. Let's see, modify the sample.int line to be sort sample.int, etc. Okay, so that'll actually use the R sort function, and so you'll have that, then call binary search. So don't look up R code for binary search, but do look up what the algorithm is. And we can talk about this if enough people are interested in this. This is a much better search algorithm than just looking at everything, but it needs to have the list of numbers be sorted already. Okay, that's it for the homework. Good luck.